Is it gonna work? Testing, 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 testing. Stand by. Stand by. Yep, it's working. Cool. Awesome. So last time, my last stream I had was very short because I had to end up going. It was only like 8 minutes, but I was starting to work on the actual movement for the worm script. Bug, worm, whatever the hell. Now this script is actually on the head, and I did get it working. And I'll kind of show some of the code here. So this is, let's see, this is the joint movement, which is something we already went over. So the actual move script is quite simple. It has a rotation ID that can either be, I believe, 1 or 2. Yes, 1 or 2 selected at random on the start function. Basically, it will be turning one way for a certain amount of time, which is randomly selected, and then turning the other way, and then turning the other way, turning the other way at random speed at a random selected amount of time. So if I click play here, actually, you'll see, and I'll explain what these red barriers are, you'll see it's actually moving around randomly, and I think it looks pretty cool. Now this red here essentially was made because, so to explain what happened, right, if I was using the white one, the head would hit the edge here, and, well, actually the best way to show this would be to, where is the, that's the turn on body, where's the turn off bodies function? I forget where I put that. I wrote this code. Here we go. So if we get rid of this turn off body, you'll see why I have this function here. Because what it does is, hold on, there we go. So the problem here is if I don't have that function I created, you'll see what happens when it teleports. You can see because these are all programmed to follow this, that you can see them zip across the screen, so I basically have to turn them off for a split second. Now, the problem is that with the white, like if it's basically transitioning to the other sides using these white barriers here, is that it'll touch it, but then you can see the body turn off. So I actually have ones that are a bit further. Now this does mean it can wander off the screen a little bit, but honestly I think that's fine. I don't really have a problem with that. And in Asteroids, sometimes even the alien ships, like in the original, would be off screen for a bit. So I really don't care, and it doesn't really take away from it. And I think it actually ends up looking really good from the player's perspective here, and I'm really happy with it. So right now the player can't die either. And yeah, I'm pretty happy overall. Oh, hey, one of those spawned in pretty quickly, actually. Surprising. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And I think it's looking pretty good. And I may do some more value adjustments later, but for right now, I'm pretty happy with it. And I'm going to keep it how it is. So, yeah. I think it do look pretty good. Now, the next step is going to actually be making it so it can split into multiple parts, kind of like Centipede. And so to do that, first we need to actually make the smaller ones that it is splitting into. Luckily, this will not be too difficult. So let's go ahead first off, and I guess we'll leave the visuals how they are right now. We'll worry about actually making this look like the style of the game after we get the functionality working. So this is Bug Stage 1. I'm calling it Bug Stage 1. I don't know why. I should call it Worm. We'll call this Worm Stage 1. Now we need to make the Stage 2 worms. So we're going to call this Worm Stage 2. And these are the two that will spawn in when you split them. Now, this should be as simple as just, well, making it smaller, of course, and then downsizing it. Actually, now that I think about it, this shouldn't be that hard. So what I need to do, right, there's only going to be, well, let's think about this. There's only going to be 3 circles on this. So the weak point, so we can actually get rid of, yeah, we'll just get rid of all these right here. We don't need them, right? And then this one is now going to be, no, this one is now going to be the weak point. So weak point. And this is going to be body part. We'll just call this tail, actually, for this one, because or end, head, weak point, tail, or mid. Let's go ahead and make this red for our sake. Now, on the actual script here, in the bug sections, we obviously need to get rid of these, and this should not affect, yeah, no, these are separate, we're good. Same script, but it won't affect it. So we're just going to go ahead and just get rid of all these elements here and add them back ourselves. So for the bug sections, we have 3. Oh god, hold on. Let's go ahead and lock this. For the bug sections, we have 3. So good. Head is 0, weak point is 1, tail is 2. So weak point is in the middle. That's exactly what we want. And joints, we'll need to also get rid of those. Could have done that before. And make sure we assign all of our joints in here. So this is still locked, which is good. So joint, 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 and put those in there. Now let's just make sure that this works. We're going to go ahead and turn off worm stage 1. What the hell? Excuse me? There we go. It's because I still had the head unlock. And let's just make sure that this is doing good. Nice. Now we're going to obviously need to change some values here. So let's just mess with this a bit and just see what looks and feels good. So I think I'd like these worms to be faster. So the move speed, I'm gonna increase that. Let's see here. I think we're going to decrease the pull force and the pull force distance modifier. Let's see, the max rotation time, we're going to also bring that down. We're going to bring it down to 3, so the max amount of time it can be turning in one direction. I'm going to make it more sporadic. Max rotation speed, I'm going to also increase that. Max speed clamp, we're going to increase that to 30. Teleport offset 1, and body off time delay, I am assuming can be less. And let's just see what happens with that. Probably won't get it right away, but that's okay. Oh. That does look kind of cool, actually. I'm not sure how I feel about them being that spread out, though. And that body off time delay is not doing what it needs to be doing, so we need to increase that a bit, I think. We're getting there, though. Let's go ahead and increase this force by distance multiplier. Let's bring both the pull force and force by distance back up, actually. And we'll put the body off time delay back at the same value it was before. Okay, little too long on that delay. Let's bring that down to 0.4 so we can see it. It's just a matter of messing with values until we get something that feels and looks right. That looks good. Quite happy with that. Honestly, I like that distance too. We can change it in the future, but I think that looks really good. Cool. So now we have our big worm and our small worm. Now, when they hit this midpoint on the last one, it's now going to split into these basically two heads, right? So worm stage 3 is actually going to be quite interesting. I have some different ideas for what I want this to turn into. There's a lot of ways I could do this. So let's do worm stage 3. Now this one's going to be unique because there are no, it's just the head. There are no actual like sections. It's just the head. Although I could add it in and make it the back, but that doesn't really make sense. So I don't think that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and let's move this off to the side. And let's get rid of our weak point and our tail here. And now we just have the head, right? So there's no bug sections. And there are no joints. Let's just see what this does first off. Make sure there's no problems with this. We're going to turn off these other ones so it's not visually obstructing what I'm trying to test. Now we do have an issue here. And that's because there's nothing in the array, right? There's nothing following it. So if we go into our bug movement script here, the problem that we're having is I think it's because we're calling on this joint management script, right? We don't have any joints to work with here. So we could create an if statement for if. I think what we'll do is just like if it's null, just don't do it, which is one solution. We could also just add invisible joints that aren't actually there and don't do anything. They're just to fill that, so we don't have to deal with that error, which is kind of a lazy fucking way to do it. I mean, either way, it works. So let's actually just think about this. In our joint management here, we want to check if our, well, let's see. We want to check if our bug sections and joint array is null, and if they are, then don't do that. So if bug sections dot length, I think it is equal to 0, and joints dot length is equal to 0, then we're not going to do this. We actually should say not equal to, or I guess null would be what we use here. It's basically the same thing, but I like using null. Just easier to see. So what we're saying is if it's not null, then we do this. Else, nothing else happens. So we don't have to have an else statement. So there we go. Joint management. Let's see if that fixes that. If not, I'm just going to do the stupid method, to be completely honest with you. Let's see. Exception out of the bounds of the array, 107, 104. What's happening at 107 and 104? Ah, the move. This makes sense. So, you know what, actually? We still do have a bug section. It's just the head. So, we can still drag in the head to this. And then there's just no joints that we're dragging in. So it's actually just the joints we want to be checking, I think, for joint management. Let's see if this works. Yeah, there we go. Seems to be working. Cool, so now we have this guy moving around like so, which is dope. So now the question is, what do we want to do with him? Like, how do we want him to work? I guess he could just be a fast ball that just, when he touches asteroids, breaks them. When he touches player, kills them. That's what the idea for the worms are anyway. It's just a really fast ball that's hard to hit. So, for this fast ball, let's go ahead and put the move speed. Not going to do 400. We're going to do 350. Pull force doesn't really matter. In fact, it can just equal 0. Force by distance doesn't matter. Max rotation time. Let's think about that. I think I'm going to make that 2. Max rotation speed is going to go up to 4. Max speed clamp, we're going to put at 35. Teleport offset, I guess we'll keep that at 1. And we don't need a body off time delay. Make sure that, hopefully that doesn't break anything. No, we're good. Very fast, head going around, and there'll be 2 of those that break off thing. Worms are going to be a force to be reckoned with. They are going to be annoying as fuck. Cool. I like it. So, we have each of our stages here. We have our worm stage 1, worm stage 2, and our worm stage 3. And I'm going to go ahead, just for the sake of it's making sense visually for me right now, make this red here. Cool. So now I actually need to add in the functionality for this. So let me think about how I want to do this. We're going to go into worm stage 1 here. And what I'm actually going to do, let's actually get rid, let's turn these off right now. We want worm stage 2. Well, actually, so if we look at this, right? Worm stage 2, when we're spawning this in, this is what the game object's location is here, right? Its origin. So we want the spawn point then to be at the top here, if that makes sense. Now the tricky part, actually, well, I don't think it'll be actually that tricky. We just have to rotate it the other way, but we'll get to that. Let's start with the top one. We want the first spawn to be there. That's perfectly fine. That works. So if we instantiate this prefab right here, it'll be exactly where I want it to be, which will be right on top of it. Now, as for the other one that's facing the other way, I think what we'll want to end up doing is we'll want to create a spot there, like it just an empty game object to represent that point we're spawning it, and then we'll just rotate this when we spawn it in with a quaternion. So if we go to our worm here, let me turn off this again. Let's go ahead and we're going to create an empty, and we're just going to call this bottom worm spawn, right? And then we're going to go ahead and grab this and just scoot it down and just get it as center as we can. It doesn't have to be perfect. And actually, if I rotate this down, I don't think that will change anything. I guess we can mess with that in the future. The point is, we have the top here and bottom here where it's going to be spawning. Now, let's actually, on our weak point here, do some detection. So I'm trying to think if I gotta think about this. Would it be easier to just put a script on the weak point here for the collisions? It'd be kind of annoying in here. I mean, I could. It's not that I couldn't do it in here. I guess I've never actually done this type of thing before. Now that I think about it, it seems like a simple thing, but just not something I've done. So in an on trigger enter here, let's go ahead and close these. Just trying to make this simpler for me to look at. There's a lot going on in this script, and there might be more soon. So basically, right here we're checking if on trigger enter 2D, right? We're checking if the collider on the head is doing that. My question is there a way to check this for a different collider? You know what I mean? And I don't know if there is. And I honestly don't really know if I want to spend time figuring it out, and I may just honestly just have the weak point have its own script. I think that's what I'm going to do. It just honestly makes things less complicated. I don't want to figure that out right now. So we're going to do it this way, and it's fine. So we're going to create a new script here. The question is, will I need this to be, I don't know, we'll just, okay. Let's do stage 1 hit D, or we'll do worm stage 1 hit detection. This might require 3 of these, actually, which is kind of stupid, but again, I just don't feel like... It might be easy, but I don't feel like figuring it out. Well, it might be worth it, though, if it's easy. I just don't know what to search up for this. Because, like, what would I search up? On a game object, how to get another game object on collision enter. You know what I mean? With the other game objects collider. It just seems... I mean, it might be worth a quick Google search, and if I can't find anything quickly... Let's say Unity C# how to get on collision enter from another game objects collider. I need help getting inclusion of a game object. Okay, see, this is not my issue, though. Maybe this? Say I had 2 basic cubes with colliders, and they had an empty game object to control both the cubes. They aren't parented. Right. Right. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, so it looks like people have tried this before. I just don't know if you can. Reference collider from another script. Oh. Hold on. Public collider 2D, other collider. Hold on. So then the question is, though, right? How do you do an on-trigger enter function with that? Because we create a collider 2D variable. Like, how would that work in a function? You know? See, this is, like, I get this. Like, that's that. But how do you do an on trigger enter from this script? I just don't know if you can. Yeah. Yeah, I think we just are going to have to do it in an individual script anyway. That's okay. It's just kind of... Then I have to make 3 scripts separately, I think, for each of these individually, which is kind of fucking stupid, but, you know. Okay. So, Worm Stage 1 hit detection script. What a lovely name. We're going to just grab our function here. And then we are going to get rid of all this. And we're simply going to say if other dot game object dot compare tag is projectile, I think it is, for what the player shoots. Then we do a thing. Is it a projectile? Hold on, let me just make sure here. Where's my PPU script? It is projectile. Wait, hold on. Yes, it is projectile. We're good. Cool. So when that happens, there's a few things we want to do. First off, we're going to need to... We need to get, basically... I don't know if there's a way you can search, like, the parent of this object and be like, hey, get this and this, because these are the 2 things we need. These are the 2 positions we're spawning from, right? Now, what I could do is just have it search the hierarchy for worm stage 1. The problem is, what if there's multiple worms? You know what I mean? So that's the tricky part. So let's think about this for a second. Well, one thing we could do... Hear me out. Well, I'm thinking. If this is a prefab, we could create... Yes, we can create create public game objects. Okay, public transforms. I think we can do it that way. Public transform. Nope, it needs to be capitalized. Public trans... Can you not with the auto? Okay, fine. Do this. Public transform, and then we'll call this one the top spawn, and then we'll just want this, and we'll call it bottom spawn. I think that will work just fine. So then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and spawn spawn the worm stage 2s there. So we're going to need a public game object, and this will be worm stage 2. And this will be the top spawn, at the top spawn, and then this will be quaternion.identity. It's a lowercase identity. Yes. And then we'll do the bottom one as well. Now the bottom one, we will need to rotate that. We'll get to it in a sec. So this will be bottom spawn. And lastly, we want to just destroy this game object. No, we want to destroy... Let's do public game object, because this is not on the full thing. Public game object, and this will be worm stage 1. We are going to then destroy worm stage 1. No delay there. See if we get any issues from this. We do. Can't transform. Ah, right. Dot position. Dot position. Amazing. There we go. No errors now. Perfect. So there's a few things this needs. This needs the Worm Stage 1, which is what it's on. Then it needs the Worm Stage 2, which will be a prefab in a sec. But for now, we're just going to drag this into there. Then it will need the top spawn, which is... Oh, I just realized something. Hold on. If we're already getting the game object there, we don't need the... Hold on. Weak point. There's no point in having top spawn. We already have Worm Stage 1, so we'll do Worm Stage 1 dot transform dot position. Less lines of code there. And then we do need the bottom worm spawn. Okay. Cool. So now, when this is hit by projectile, this is excluding walls, good. Include projectile. And you're on a trigger. So I believe we just test this now. Although, is it going to spawn in... Let's see what happens here. I need to just make these prefabs. I guess I should just do that. I'll edit the prefabs as it goes. We'll do aliens. Spinner UFO. Let's create worm. And we'll go ahead and drag our worm stage 1, our worm stage 2, and our worm stage 3. Fuck me, they are off. Oh my god, why? Stop it. Cancel. What? What's going on? You should have made... I'm scared of deleting you now. I don't like this. Okay, we're good there. That's fine. Let me go into here and turn this on. And the same here. Okay. It's freaking me out. I don't like it. Cool. Okay, worm stage 1. And we'll go ahead and do this, actually. Anyway, what was I doing? Right. Weak point. Worm stage 2. Yes, that is this one. Perfect. My only concern here. It should know that this is itself, I think. I don't think that will be a problem. So I guess let's just see what happens here. I think I'm going to go ahead and temporarily make this extremely fucking slow. Actually, I'm going to put the move speed at 0 right now, because... Oh, God. Hold on. Move speed at 0. Rotation speed at 0. I just want to be able to shoot you easily, because I'm bad at my own game. Okay. Nice! That actually looked really good. Okay. We're almost there. I just want the other one facing the other way. Cool. Perfect. Let's just remember this was 2. Actually, does that stay on the... It'll stay on the prefab. Yeah. Should anyway. Let me double check that before I forget what the fuck the values were. Hold on. You stay on... Yes. We gooed. Okay. That's why they're bolded. Okay. So, what I want to change is, I want to change the script up. Not this script, no. This one. So now I have to deal with Quaternions, and Quaternions honestly piss me the fuck off. I think we say new Quaternion, and then, right now I'm just going to give this all values of 0. Error? Not an error. And now we get to fuck with this and figure out what the hell makes it turn 90 degrees. Or 180. Until eventually it works. Game design. So let's see. Bop. Oh, and we get it right the first try. Oh, it feels good. It really does. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and, I'm just realizing with the changes I'm going to be making, I'm going to need to make them to the prefabs to test this out properly. So that way I can hit my shots easily. So we're just going to grab my handy dandy notebook over here and write some values down so I don't forget them. So That looks really good, though. I'm very happy with that. Prefabs. Aliens. Worm. On this worm here, I don't want these to move when they spawn in for testing purposes. So we need to write down the move speed and the turn speed, rotation speed. So, move speed is going to be move speed stage 2. Okay. Stage 2, move speed equals 300. Rotation speed is equal to 3, or the max rotation speed anyway. Cool. So we wrote those down. So now we can go ahead and set these to 0. And then on our third one here, let's go into our head. Let's go stage 3. Just don't want to have to refigure out these values. Move speed is equal to 350, and the max rotation is 4. Rotation is 4. Okay, cool. I just needed those written down because I'm changing the prefabs of these two for testing purposes. Cool. Okay, so when I spawn this in now, those two shouldn't move. Awesome. Maybe I can use the same script here, because that I made. So naming this that is fucking pointless. What we can do is in the script here, call this current stage. Change up the name a bit, current stage, so it makes more sense. And we'll say next stage, current stage, bottom spawn, and destroy current stage. Cool. Worm stage 2 does not exist in the current context. You are correct. Next stage. Next stage. Awesome. So the reason I'm doing that is just so it makes sense throughout the other scripts. So we'll need to drag this in. Then the next stage, of course, let me lock this, is going to be worm stage 2, and then we already have our bottom transform. Awesome. Now, on the worm stage 2, we need to add this script on the weak point. And this is, what did I call this again? Shit. I don't remember what I called this script. It's a problem. Worm stage, okay. Unlock this. Worm stage 1 hit detection. The name's gonna be wrong. I don't want to change it right now. I might in a bit. We'll see. Current stage itself. Next stage is the third. And the bottom we have not put in yet, so let's do that. It is, let's go ahead and create an empty. We'll call this bottom spawn. And this will be about there. Cool. Bottom spawn. Perfect. And the script is on here, which is phenomenal. This collider seems to be a little off. Let's make sure it's also including projectile collisions. Increase the radius a bit. There we go. That seems fair. And we should be good on that one. Now, as for the final stage, it's not splitting at all, which is nice. All that we need to do is just detect, well, if you're hit, then you're fucking dead. So, in here, I think, if I put this on here, yeah, we'll just do a different script for this. That's fine. So we're going to go, no, we're going to go into our scripts, aliens. I'm going to call this folder worm. Here we go. Oh, shit, I burped, sorry. Anyway, we're going to go into our worm script here. Sorry, worm folder. We're going to create a script and call this final worm state collision. Or manager. That's what we're going to call that. And this is going to go on the head. And this is basically just going to be this, but not doing as much. So all we really have to worry about is destroying this object, at least for right now. Of course, we're going to give the player like a score update and things like that. We're not worrying about that right now. We are worrying about basic functionality. So, the name current stage does not exist in the current context. Final stage manager. What are you talking about? Final stage. Oh, right. Destroy game object. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. So let's test this now. I think this will work. Again, the worms aren't going to be moving right now. This is just a text if my splitting is working correctly. So there we go. Awesome. And awesome. One thing I'm a little concerned about. Why did you spawn facing up on that bottom one there? Why you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Does that happen again? I don't see why that would happen because the same script is... It's not a big deal. It's just kind of annoying me. It's one of those little things. Okay, spawns facing up. Spawns facing down. Why? What? You're the same. Why are you different? Doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Okay, let's actually do proper score increases now. So if we go ahead and look on our alien script and go into our UFO and our UFO movement script here, we're going to pull some things from this. And by pull, I just mean I want to do some similar things here. So, first off, we're going to grab this to be able to increase the score. And we want to instantiate an explosion effect, of course. But we'll be adding that in a bit. First, let's do this. When you destroy the final worm, I'd like to give the player 200 points. When you destroy the first and mid ones, I'm going to go ahead and give the player 120 points because I feel like that is the value I want to do. Don't judge me. Yeah, let's see if that works. Fuck you. Why are you not working? Worm stage 1 hit detection already defines a member on trigger enter 2D with the same parameter types. What? Scusi? What are you talking about? Oh shit, how are there two of these scripts? No, I hate it when this happens. Fuck. This is the worst. I don't even know how this happened. Where is the other script? Wait. Word state. How did you end up in... What the fuck? Why does this folder even exist? Go away. Stop it. Leave me alone. Okay. Fine. I don't know which one of you is which, so I'm just going to close both of you and then open up the correct one and pray that my code is still there. Please. Most of it's there. Okay. We'll take it. Don't know what that was all about. And 120. Alright, let's see if this works now. This is just for the score increases. So, let's see. Bonk, 120, beautiful. Bonk. And bonk. Perfect. And those are getting destroyed properly. Perfecto. Okay. So, now what I need to do is actually make it so the... Well, actually, let's actually do the... Let's do the explosion stuff right now. So, first off, we need our game object explosion. And explosion. Let's go ahead and drag that in before we do anything else in the code. go into our prefabs, aliens, worm stage 1, lock this. Nope, not lock this. Let's lock our weak point. What the huh? You're not assigned, yet you've been working? It's quite odd. Okay. Oh, wait, right, because we're not... Yeah. This makes sense, because this prefab's different. So let's make sure we do this. Current stage. Next stage. And finally, explosion. Which... Good, this is locked. I am going to go ahead and say explosion 2. 1, 2, 2. We'll go 2. Cool. Aliens. Worm, stage 2. Lock this. Nice, it already applied that. We love to see it. This one, though, it won't have, yeah. So we'll go ahead and put 3 is our tiniest one, right? Yes, I think so. We'll find out. Unlock this. Let's go back into here. We're going to go ahead and remove this. Go to prefabs, aliens, worm. Drag our first one here, and we will have to turn off these values. 0. 0. Okay. Now we actually need to, in the script, do the proper thing here. Which is going to be actually setting off the explosion. So we instantiate the explosion, destroy the temporary bin. Alright, let's see. Nice. That was weird. Okay, having a bit of an issue there. I am being called. Hold on. Okay, anyway. The variable explosion of worm stage 1 hit detection has not been assigned. Where? Sure about that? Sure about that, pal? Because, oh, nope, I didn't assign it. Would you look at that? I thought it said it. Oh, no, because I had it locked. That's why. I had it locked. I am just goofy, as it turns out. Okay. We should be fine now. No errors. That was weird. Don't know why that would affect how it spawned. I can't aim. I can't aim. I can't aim. There we go. Let's just get closer. Nice. 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 Awesome. It looks fucking cool. Oh my god, my bolt. It didn't destroy the bullet. Oh my god. I didn't even mean for that to actually do it. Yeah, we'll want that to destroy the bullet. No penetration there. So let's make sure we are destroying the other game object, which is our projectile. So destroy other dot game object, and we'll go ahead and put this at the top. I meant to do that, I just forgot. Save. Worm stage 1 hit detection. Destroy. Cool. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now, it will be about, actually, them being able to destroy asteroids. So we can go ahead and give them their movement back for this. So let's go ahead and delete this. Let's go into our worms here. And this one should still have its movement. Am I correct? I am. You do not have your movement, and your move speed was 300, rotation speed of max at 3. So 300, max rotation speed of 3. And we'll also get an idea of how hard these are to fucking hit, and if it's just completely fucking unfair. And if it is, then we'll make it a little easier. Because I don't want to piss people off too much. 350. This is not a rage game after all. Max rotation speed of 4. This is going to be interesting. I should probably spawn in one of the worms. Hold on. There we go. That was a... Am I crazy, or did they spawn in a completely different... Hold on. Don't be over there when I shoot you. I'm trying to test something. Oh my god, fuck off, asteroids. This is sort of the test than I thought it would be because of the... It looked like they spawned in the... You know what? Yeah, sure. More bullet... Oh, I can't even collect it. My collider's off. That's right. So I don't die. Please. My god, these fucking worms are just... Please. I just want to hit the worm, man. You suck. I may have them gravitate towards the middle more, honestly. So don't... Asteroids, move out of the way! Oh my god. I don't really care about hitting this little one. I want to hit... Okay, it's fine. We'll just restart this. I swear to god, it spawned them not where it was supposed to. I might be Delulu. I don't know. If I could shoot it over here, I'd know for sure. Okay, hold on. Yep, this is a problem. What in the heck? Why? These are attached. Therefore, you're attached. Oh, you know what the problem is, actually? These need to be attached to, this needs to be attached to... Fuck me. Okay, hold on. I know what my issue is. Hold on. This changes things. I didn't think about it this way. This one we should just have to move under here. No problem. This one, however, yeah, we're gonna have to change the script. We are gonna need that top spawn transform. I didn't think about that. I don't know why I didn't realize that. Okay, top spawn, and then top spawn, dot position. Because the full game object's separate from the head. That's okay. We just have to put in the head for top spawn. That's all. So top spawn, head goes there. And then let's make sure when we go into worm, our second one, we must do the same thing. Top spawn is the head. Also, this bottom spawn here needs to be under the tail. That should not break anything. Let's see. I'm actually going to, like, increase my fire rate, so this is easier for me to fucking test. I might make them a bit slower. Or I'll just make the worms less likely to spawn. That's, I mean, they're obviously going to be one of the most difficult enemies I have, so. Fire delay. Hold on, let me write this down. Fire delay is equal to 0.35. That's what it starts out as. Let's just make this really short, so this is easier for me. It's for testing purposes. I get game dev privileges. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. The asteroids get so much in the way. There we go. That's what I like to see. Yeah. Good stuff. Actually, not too bad once you have a faster fire rate. I think you can get to this fire rate. Or about this fire rate, anyway, eventually. Nice. Okay, cool. So that is working as intended. Now all that's left to do, well, two things, is we will need the worms to be able to break up the asteroids, which won't be that hard. And then, obviously, just randomly spawning them in, which is using the exact same functionality I've been using. Honestly, let's just, like, fuck around with this a bit, because it's fun. Just, like, duplicate these. As one does. Just end the stream with a little fun here. Yeah. Anyway. Chaos. God, I hate the visuals for these. And then I will also need to be changing the worms' visuals. I feel like they split weird. Did you see that? Ah, I found another issue to fix, actually. I think. Yeah. Or no, oh, it's because of the rotation. That's why it looks weird. Because it's, they'll be rotating up and down. I didn't account for if they're side to side. That's okay, though. That's pretty easy to fix. Just need to spawn them in relative to the rotation of the others. God, this is going to be so fun. Look like fucking apples right now, or tomatoes. That's good progress, though. Worms do give you a lot of score. They will be very annoying to go against, but they do give you good score. Although at faster fire rate, it's not too bad. But they're going to cause some chaos, though, with asteroids. Just wait. Once I add that in there. I don't know, if it's too overpowered, I may not make them destroy the asteroids and just hurt the player. We'll see. It depends. Anyway, that's fun. Go ahead and remove these. Actually, we'll keep one in there for now. And then let's put the ship's fire rate back at what it's supposed to be, which is 0.35. Just get it more of a... Spend the last part of the stream just getting a feel for this, seeing how hard it is actually to kill one of these things at the lowest fire rate, which by the time one of these spawns in, you'll at least have some faster fire rate, most likely. There we go. Honestly, not too bad. You just have to get used to how they move, because they are kind of sporadic, especially these tiny ones. Quite hard to hit. God, I need to change the icons for the power-ups. One of them is just a straight-up sphere for the faster spin time. Where you go? There you are. See? It's possible to destroy him. I'm also going to put back the... Let's try to kill it now, with actually being able to die. See how that goes for us. The worm can't hurt us right now, but the asteroids can. Ah! Gotcha. Ooh, the aliens can, though. May have got the alien ship off screen there, I think. I'm gaming. Oh, that's not good. See, I would have died there if that hit me. I think the worm... Oh, damn, I am a sharpshooter. I think the worm's going to be a really cool addition to this. Very happy with how it's turning out. It was worth the pain. Honestly, it was fun. Anyway, I think that's going to be all for this stream. Thank you to anyone who tuned in.